Okay, so let's go ahead and queue up for this. That. Boom. Singularity Reactor. We're gonna go fight King Thordan, which should wrap up this first, I believe that's an MMSQ, if I'm not mistaken. And then we'll go into the Dragon Song War. But first off, let's grab one of these. Let's see, I think we're still missing the pants. I already have those? What am I missing still? Shoes? Yeah, shoes. Alright. Okay, so now the question is what to do while we wait. I know what I can do. So I have to knock it out eventually. Let's go over to Limpsa Lamensa. Start getting some of the tasks over there. What do we want to start with? Maybe... What do you think first? I don't know what it's... There's a Marauder, which is the tank class. And then, Arcanist? Maybe? That's because you did the Carbuncle.
The caffeinated one?
Yeah, caffeinated Carbuncle.
Caffeinated Carbuncle!
Yeah, let's go do caffeinated Carbuncle.
Caffeinated Carbuncle! Again? I'm cold.
I also gotta clear out all of these quests I have not done. Holy shit, I've been lazy. There we are. Welcome to the Arcanist Guild. It's here we research and develop the field of Archemia. Archemia is a science of empowering arcane geometries, intricate patterns that map the unlocked mysteries of existence, draw forth and manipulate the body's etheric energies. You prefer an arcane art? Wait a minute. Prefer an arcane art built on structured thought and precise reasoning, and our discerning intellect may find a home here at our guild. But you consider enrolling yourself as an initiate. Just as I predicted. Before we proceed any further, however, let us first feed your appetite for knowledge with a morsel of guild history. The roots of Archemia is traced back to the esoteric calculations practiced by the people of the South Sea Isles. It is their island folk that first discovered the method to express natural phenomena in mathematical terms.
Pokemon!
Can you please? Building the process, the existing mathematical formula were further developed into arcane geometries. Precise patterns that allowed a practitioner to weave aether into specific magical effects. The mages who invoked their new form of magic was known as Arcanists, and the school of Archemia is born. Many such mages wishing to expand their understanding of the world looked to the seas toward training vessels. Upon their arrival in Limpsa, Arcanists found themselves welcome to the academic elite and soon secured positions in the realms of governance and council. The knowledge of an Arcanist, however, is traditionally based on from master to chosen disciple. As such, Admiral Merweb, counting several wielders of Archemia among her personal staff, became concerned that this exclusionary practice would lead to eventual extinction of the art. So the Admiral expressed orders. An official Arcanist guild was to be established and funding provided for research and training. The complex and demanding nature of Archemia, however, remains the greatest threat to its own future. If you invite such cerebral challenges, then you have but to reaffirm your commitment to joining our guild. Well, have you just decided to enroll into our guild? Or have you now Are you now intimidated by the thought of excessive thinking?
Me no like thing.
Your sound judgment is to be commended. Now, under standard practice dictated, I introduce you to our guildmaster that you may convey your intentions in person. Due to extraordinary circumstances, however, he is unreachable at the present. Instead, you will speak with Mistress, however you say that. She has trotted full responsibility for the guild's leadership in the interim. You'll find her just over there by the bookshelf. You needn't be shy. Though her mind is sharp and critical, her manner is always most welcoming. Yes, greetings and welcome to the Arcanist Guild. As Mary has undoubtedly explained, I am serving as the acting guildmaster until our wayward leader deigns to return. I assume our capable receptionist also spoke of our art's origins. Allow me then to expound upon its nature. Arcanimia taps into the living energies of Aether. The evidence of this is represented most aptly, perhaps, by our ability to manifest the Aether entire entity Carbuncle in a matter of magic which this ethereal ally employs at our command. The core of this discipline, however, is found in the pursuit of definitive solutions to any potential quandary, even on the battlefield, especially on the field of battle. This principle takes precedence. If one wishes to make certain the question of victory, then one must apply the most effective strategy. An Arcanist is measured by his ability to calmly analyze the situation from moment to moment and respond with the most appropriate spell at hand. The study of alchemy will test your mental facilities to the point of perplexity. Are you prepared to reason your way through predicament after predicament? Yes. An ambiguous response, the kind I most prefer. Let's now see if your clarity of words is matched by the sharpness of your mind. Here, take this grimoire in hand, and we shall next judge your aptitude for our discipline. Okay, so I need to do this, and we go... It's a hefty tome, is it not? I promise you a grimoire's weight becomes comfortable anchor amidst the shifting seas of battle, like you will soon discover. In Lower Lost Nacia, you will find, amongst others, 3 species of pest. Waff rats, little ladybugs, and Arale. I ask you employ your fledgling skill in Archimia to eradicate 3 of these creatures. Lead the city through the Tempest Gate and you'll soon encounter potential targets in abundance. As long as you remain focused, I do not foresee any opponents causing you or your battling abilities undue difficulty. Once you return from completing this preliminary trial, I welcome you as official member of the Arcanist Guild. May your judgment remain swift and clear. Might as well pick up this quest as well. Oops. Never mind, we're going right into King Thordan.
The time has come to call upon the true power of the Heavensward.
Fight me if you will, warrior of light. I care not. All who stand against me will be destroyed, be they servants of the darkness or the light. By my blessing shall all men be sanctified, and an endless era of peace begin. Vice and conflict shall cease to be. You reject my divinity, yet what have you to offer my people in its stead? Bitter truth? Virtuous suffering? No matter. If If you believe your cause just, I call upon you to defend it with your life.
Oh, this song. Oh, there's so many bright lights. Whoops, get out of that. I'm not even sure if we can do anything here. Maybe? Whoops. Ah, shit. Oh no. I kind of lost control of my character. Oh, there we go. Fine. Pretty sure you're supposed to pull both of them away from each other, but I guess we just said fuck it. God, that fight is so awesome.
How can this be? A millennium of prayer and the eye's power combined, and still you stand.
It's called Power the Main Character.
What are you?
Alright. Let's go ahead and just give a command. There we go.
It is over then. I had hoped that mine would be the hand to end it. But knowing you, there was little chance of that. Twould seem the eye has served you well.
Yeah, probably not a good idea to be holding both of them like that.
Twin. At long last.
Bang them together.
All that remains is to take them beyond the reach of man and dragon both. With this task accomplished, my toil shall finally be at an end.
Thou hast done well to risk mine influence, bathed in my power and blood as thou wert.
Kafal sal iesh, inhas inwan isomig.
Alas, in thine anticipation of comfort, thou hast lowered thy guard. The keening of my fallen kindred, their smothering desire for vengeance. Mine eyes have partaken 1,000 years of pain, a pain which I shall bestow upon thee. Drink deep of my rage, mortal, and become me.
Away, servant of Hydaelyn.
One problem solved, another one immediately takes its place. Can never catch a break.
Chief! Over there! Oi! God's damn it, do you always have to cut it so bloody close?
It would seem he has done it again.
Was there ever any doubt? Let us return to Ishgard. Our friends will be eager to learn the battle's outcome and welcome back their champion.
Where is Estinian?
I dare say you are the first soul in Ishgardian history to arrive in our city upon Dragonback. This scene shall be remembered for 1,000 years to come.
As we had feared, the Archbishop summoned the soul of King Thordan into himself, and thence became a primal.
But he and his knights are no more, thanks to the Warrior of Light.
Your struggles are not yet over, mortals.
Whom do I have the pleasure?
I am Midgard Sormer. I have journeyed with Hyderlin's champion and observed his deeds in the conflict between man and dragon. Tell me, children of Thordan, do you desire peace?
My people have committed unspeakable atrocities against dragonkind, even against our own. Would that we could undo these wrongs, but we cannot. Be that as it may, the future yet presents a chance to begin anew. Our nation has broken free of the shackles of a false faith, and Nidhogg shall lead his kindred against us no more. I doubt not that it will require much effort and perseverance. But 'tis my belief that in time, Ishgard will again become a place where man and dragon may abide together in harmony.
I shall remember thy words. Yet be warned, Nidhogg's soul liveth on. His unbridled rage hath claimed for its vessel the one thou callest the Azure Dragoon.
Hey, I'm standing right here. I'm the one and only Azure Dragoon. All others are imposters.
I'm the chosen one.
Estinian.
No, that's me.
Doubt not but that Nidhogg will call out to his brood ere long, nor that they shall answer him. Steel yourselves, for the true test is yet to come.
Come what may, we will never cease to believe. Upon the souls of they who have sacrificed themselves to pave the way for peace, we will never abandon our cause.
1,000-year war cannot be ended in a day. It may take generations. What thou dost begin, thy children must continue. Entrust unto them thy hopes and dreams, that peace may reign again, and forevermore.
That Sir Emmerich, acting on behalf of the Archbishop, has appended his signature. I do hereby declare that from this day forth, the Holy See of Ishgard shall once more be counted a member of the Eorzean Alliance. Let our nations move forward as one and stand united against the Garlean Empire.
For the future of Eorzea.
For the future of Eorzea!
There you are. A noble monument to a noble soul.
From here, Lord Orshafon can watch over all of Ishgard.
It has been a long and arduous journey, and we have lost much and more along the way. Yet come what may, we must stay true to our purpose and press on.
That's right, you two. It's high time we got back to rebuilding the Scions. Which means we're going to need money! And lots of it!
So ends a glorious chapter in their tale. However, tumultuous days yet lie ahead for Ishgard. After 1,000 years under the yoke of the Church, the people take their first tentative steps into the unknown. And though they spy a glimmer of peace upon the horizon, Nidhogg's vengeful shadow yet remains to darken the way. Be that as it may, so long as the young commander of the Temple Knights and his heroic companions are there to guide them, the people may hold fast to hope. The hope that one day true peace will return to Ishgard, and that man and dragon may live in harmony once more. Let the deeds writ herein never be forgot, that they may inspire generations yet unborn to strive ever heavensward.
Children of the land, do you hear echoes of truths that once rang clear? Two souls intertwined, one true love they did find, bringing land and heavens near. But flames that burned full bright soon fell dark. Memories dimmed by shadowed hearts. In the waxing gloom did wane the lover's moon, watching as their worlds drift apart. One soul's cry, a passion welling sacrifice, a bind of plea to her kin. Yet this bond of hope by treachery was broke, scattering her words to the wind. Swelling over long seas of blood are a song, and death an afterthought to those who fight for naught. Lying empty, incomplete. children of the land answer this. Why must you turn to empty bliss? Tell me why break trust? Why turn the past to dust? Seeking solace in the abyss. Tell me why create a circle none can break? Why must you let go the life you were bestowed? This I fear I'll never know.
Okay, I just wanted to play that one song. A lot of their ending songs are just too good.
So Lahabrea and Igaeorn have fallen, bested by mortals in their attempt to initiate the Eighth Rejoining. That they should be so complacent. And now it falls to me to deal with the consequences. Without intervention, the balance between light and darkness will begin to shift, placing our mission in jeopardy. Hydaelyn's champion has grown too strong. His might encroaches upon the realm of gods. Equilibrium must needs be restored. The time has come for you and yours to join the fray. Warrior of Darkness.
Oh, my favorite part of this expansion is when we start seeing those guys.
Which one?
The Warriors of Darkness.
Yeah.
Such a cool concept.
Darkness.
Darkness, darkness, darkness.
Remind me, why is there no rest for the righteous?
Because they care, Master Garland. What's up, Alexander? Nice to see you again.
Of all the things they could have picked to play with, that's not a toy, you bloody fools, it's a primal!
Spires of deception crumble to dust to lay bare truths long concealed. Beyond shimmering shadow lieth shimmering light. Alright. After long years of estrangement, Ishgard rejoins her sister nations in alliance. Words cannot express my joy. None of this would have been possible without you, my friend. Change is coming to Eorzea, though it will inevitably bring with it a measure of upheaval. With hard work, peace and prosperity are sure to follow. And yet, even as we look forward to the coming of a new age, we must need be weary of old threats. If the lords of Garlemald are not relinquished their claim upon Eorzea, we shall be forced to contend with them ere long. And then there is the matter of our comrade Estinian, claimed body and soul by Nidhogg. If there's a way to rescue him, we must find it. Suffice to say, the path ahead holds no short of challenges, but together we shall overcome them. Fortuitous timing as always, Lions. Tatar was about to brief me on the search for our missing comrades. You'd be so kind then. Absolutely. You'd be pleased to hear that Rael and his men have been making excellent progress. Remember how Falaman helped me to escape the Crystal Braves and Limps of Lamenta only to disappear? According to Royal, she crept aboard a ship bound for Radzadhan, where she's been hiding ever since. He reassures me that it won't be long before we're reunited. As for Yida and Papalimo, the remains of their link pearls have been found, in Pearl Lane of all places. Rael thinks they've been disposed of them after escaping the Royal Promenade. Yes, that would make sense. They could not risk being eavesdropped upon by our betrayers. We're all but certain that they fled the city shortly after, though we still don't have a clue where they went. I see. What of Thancred and Menphilia? I'm afraid I've got nothing new to share about those two. But it's not all doom and gloom. The good news is we've enlisted the services of a certain Charlian scholar from the students of Beldessian, to aid in a search of who should be arriving any day now. Well, the student, you say? I'd very much like to meet this scholar if time permits. But first we must attend to the more pressing matter. Sir Emmerich has summoned the two of us to a private audience. The messenger did not specify what he wishes to discuss, only that it was urgent. Assuming you have no objections, Lions, I suggest we proceed to the congregation forthwith. May I ask when we shall meet with the scholar afterwards, agreed? In that case, I think I'll return to the Forgotten Knight for now. Things are liable to fall apart if I'm gone too long, you know. Okay, so there's quite a few stuff. Gods of Eld, which I believe is a setup for other primals, which, yeah, we're going to want to do at some point. That is obviously, you know, Hildebrand, which I'm going to want to do. Sky Pirates, I believe that's the 24-man raid. The Lord Commander is within. Pray proceed, sir.
Thank you for coming. I wish to speak with you both in a place where privacy was assured.
We quite understand. What was it that you wished to discuss?
With my father's passing, the seat of the Archbishop lies vacant. And so, in accordance with canon law, I have assumed his responsibilities. I should stress that this is a temporary measure. It was never intended that the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights serve in this capacity indefinitely. Quite the opposite. The statutes specify that I should surrender my powers as soon as a conclave of the senior clergy and the high houses have named a new archbishop. But in light of recent events, that would not seem appropriate.
I confess I did not expect you to divulge quite so much quite so soon. The details of the Archbishop's plans, perhaps, but the true origin of the war and all it entails?
I too had concerns. But when the Warrior of Light is witnessed returning to the capital upon the back of a dragon, one's options are rather limited. Mayhap I could have concealed certain details, but for how long? And at what risk? Should the truth have come to light in the meantime, how would the people have viewed my silence? After 1,000 years of lies and secrecy, I could not well abuse their trust and hope to be believed. The time for deception has passed. I only wish the people agreed. That some would deny the truth I had anticipated, but not this many. And among the few who acknowledged that my father had to be stopped, no small number question our methods.
If they suspect a coup, it will not be long before some turn to violence.
It has already begun, and that on both sides. Men and women of the cloth are being harassed in the streets. Some have even been assaulted in the Broom. Hilda and her people have formed a watch to help us maintain order. But such measures will not prevent the unrest from spreading.
For all our talk of peace, the people remain frightened and confused. For their sake, we must bring the Dragonsong War to a definitive end.
And we should be glad to help you, Sir Emmerich. But what precisely would you have us do?
We wish to treat with the dragons of Annex Trine. To that end, I would trouble you for an escort and an introduction.
Annex Trine? You would speak with Vidofnir then?
We must needs open a dialogue between our peoples. Acting as my representative, Lucia will extend an invitation to their leader, that she might visit us here in Ishgard. Were she still with us, I would of course have beseeched Isel's assistance in this matter. But as she is not, I must ask that you aid us in her stead. Will you do us this favor?
In the game, I'm taming dragons, or dealing with the dragon threat, and in real life, we have our own dragons to deal with.
We have our own dragon threat. She's so threatening.
Thank you, my friends.
What did you do, little wee?
Lucia, I leave the rest to you.
Silly beardies.
In the wake of the Archbishop's fall, the nation of Ishgard trembled, the faith of her people shaken to its very core. For 1,000 years had they fought and died, certain of the justice of their cause, only to be told that their holy war was born of the sins of their forefathers. What then for those brave men and women, thus stripped of their righteousness but to despair, to deny the truth and decry its speakers? And what then for those whom they defamed but to hope on, to have faith in a brighter tomorrow? A tomorrow in which man and dragon might live together in harmony, then as distant as the very stars in the heavens. Yet while we dared to hope, deep within his lair the enemy lay, gathering his strength. Nidhogg, now possessed of his 2 eyes and the body of the Azure Dragoon, prizes to which he had laid claim at the very hour of the hero's triumph. As desperately as we sought the solace of peace, the great worm craved the misery of war. Nor was he alone in his misbegotten desire.
Where's Stinian? I know little of the lands these dragons called home, this Axe Shrine. If you not agreed to escort me, this coming journey would be far more daunting prospect. I confess I myself once shuddered at the thought of it. Even the longest journey begins with a small step. First step, does it not? But ere we set forth, Lions and I must needs inform our comrade of our plans. Very well, I shall see to my preparations. Now let's go forward and bid farewell to Tatara, Lions. So, what was the secret meeting all about? I'm all ears. A diplomatic mission to Axe Shrine, you say? I suppose it does take precedence. But should your meeting with the Ridnoffnir happen to end early, you might consider rendezvousing with Y'shtola and Idashire. Idashire, she should be there to retrieve our guest. Don't get me wrong, your meeting with the dragons is terribly important and everything, but this scholar just happens to be... Time permitting, as I said, we shall endeavor to join Y'shtola, and if we cannot, we pass on our regards. Let's be off, Lions. Must have kept the first commander waiting long enough. You are ready? Then good, so am I. The path is long, but known to us. From Falcon's Nest, we will cross the Wetland Highlands and make for Tailfeather in the Dravanian Forelands. We'll stop and rest and replenish our supplies. Questions? If not, the stables are await. Okay, so what I want to check out one thing. Let's go to Falcon's Nest real quick. I just want to see if there's any other quests that are kind of opened up now that we seen the credits. No, I'm not seeing anything new over here. Okay. Pretty sure that is for upgrade to the Beast Tribe. I always imagined that the first time I set foot upon Dravanian soil would be at the head of an army. Here I am ready to treat with the brothers and sisters of mine enemies. Well, do I know how difficult it must be to set aside the past, though was I who first proposed recruiting Ysael to our cause. I questioned the wisdom of my words almost as soon as I had uttered them. for a long time after that. Here was a woman with the blood of innocence on her hands. Men, women, children, all enslaved in the name of impeccable Lady Iceheart. And she acknowledged her misdeeds and agreed to join us in common cause. At our side, she fought in service for that greater good, even unto her dying breath. And while that does not absolve her of her sins, I hope that one day she will be remembered not merely as a heretic, but as a misguided soul who dreamt of peace. You ask much, Master Alphanode. Yet who can say what might come to pass, should our negotiations bear fruit? Yes, of course. We must press on the Axe Thrine if you will follow me. Okay, right now I just kind of want to make as much progress in story as I can. Eventually, I do need to go over to Limsa Limit to clear out all those quests and start leveling up some of the jobs over there. Here's Vinopnir. Thou art ever welcome here, friend of Yassail. But this one I do not know. Pray forgive our unannounced visit, Vinopnir. I do present you Lucia, first commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard, our trusted friend. It is an honor to meet you, Vinopnir. I have come as envoy of Sir Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, and acting leader of the Holy See. Indeed, you may speak, Knight. For 1,000 years, man and dragon have locked into an endless cycle of bloodshed and sorrow. To our shame, we long believed that your kin to be the architects of this war, but now we know the truth. The King Thordan and his Knights 12 did willfully betray and murder the great worm Ratasker, shattering the peace between our peoples. For 1,000 years, our leaders conspired to conceal the truth. A truth which is at last laid bare by the Warrior of Light, the Azure Dragoon, in Yassail. Alas, a deception so intricately wrought cannot be undone in a moment, but our people labor to accept the truth. After eternity of war, who would dare to dream that peace could at last be within our grasp? Yet dream we must, as Yassail once did, and we must make that dream a reality, as she could not. We humbly beseech you, Vinopnir, join hands with us in friendship once more, before the eyes of my people in Ishgard. A most unexpected invitation. I have heard your request, Knight. However, I cannot yet give you mine answer. And may I ask why? This matter concerneth my sire. He must needs be consulted. Moreover, the Nath grow bold, even as they did before, and I will not leave my people to the mercy of the swarm. Then we will wait. After 1,000 years of war, we shall not give up the peace for a want of patience. Fear not, Knight. Thou shalt have mine answer before thy lifetime. So soon, my humble thanks. I shall bear your words to the Lord forthwith, till we meet again. Given the circumstances, I would say that written rather well. To be frank, I'm surprised our proposal was not rejected outright. Whether aught will come of it remains to be seen, however. Perhaps I should take this opportunity to speak with some of the other dragons. You need not wait for me. The return journey holds no fear for me now. Well, if you have no further need of our services, we shall continue on the Sharlayan. We hope to welcome a scholar who has agreed to aid us in search of our missing comrades. Then I pray your journey is as swift and as uneventful as ours was, and thank you again for sparing the time to assist us, even when such grave matters remain unresolved. I can think of no grave matter think of no graver matter than a 1,000-year war, one in which our friends gave their lives to see ended. Suffice to say, I would willingly make 1,000 such journeys to ensure that their sacrifice was not in vain. Of that I have no doubt, Master Alphanode. I only hope that fates will not hold you to your word. So, it seems that we have time to greet this scholar after all. How delightful. She'll be interested to hear how she means to go about finding Minfilia and Thancred. I can only assume she is privy to some new investigation technique. In the event, our first order of business is a rendezvous with Y'shtola in Idleshire. Oh no, that's a lot of stuff. Ah, that's a lot of stuff. Okay. I think a lot of these are like the hard versions of fights now. Alliance, it's good to see you. I confess I had assumed your business in Axthran would detain you longer. Did your meeting with Vidnofnir go well as can be expected? She must discuss Sir Emmerich's proposal with Race Felgar, of course, but she has deemed it amenable to the suggestion. What of our Charlenian guest? Has she arrived yet? She has, and when I was explaining that you would be joining us, she asked if she might use the intervening time to explore. I agreed to meet her outside on the front bridge. We should be on our way. Oh, this is gonna kill me. I gotta come back and clear some of this stuff out. Oh god, another Lullafell. Punt the little potato.
Punt. Oh, she's so cute.
I'm terribly, terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
You need not apologize. We arrived but a moment ago ourselves. Pray, allow me to introduce Kral, who has recently come from the Sharlayan motherland. She has generously offered to assist us.
Oh, please, think nothing of it. A trip to Eorzea was long overdue. You must be the Warrior of Light. Yes, you certainly do look the part. A pleasure to meet you at last, sir. And who is that I spy but young Alphonse Levieux himself? I dare say someone's grown an ilm or two in my absence. Or are those lifts in your boots?
Miss Kryl and I met at the Studium years ago. I shall forever be indebted to her for her sage guidance.
It was no small task keeping him out of trouble, believe you me. The youngest ever to enter the Studium, him and his sister, 11-year-old prodigies. Suffice it to say, social graces were not among his list of talents. Striding up to his seniors on his first day, head held high. What was it he said again?
Thank you, Kryl.
For what? I haven't finished yet. Would you care to attempt a more dexterous deflection?
Mayhap we should save this delightful conversation for a more fitting occasion, when pressing matters do not demand our undivided attention.
A bit much, but better. I can tell you have been putting your skills to use here in Eorzea. Henceforth, I trust you will dazzle me with your eloquence at the first time of asking. Right, on to more pressing matters. Finding Minfilia and the other missing scions.
I gather you have new information to share with us.
A new approach, actually. Tataru recounted the tale of your escape, and it gave me an idea. Simply put, assuming Thancred left some manner of trail when you whisked him away, as is almost always the case with teleportation magics, I am confident I can find and follow it.
Then what are you waiting for?
The wherewithal to do it. The fact is, my abilities aren't quite up to the task. Not in themselves, anyway. If I had Master Matoya's crystal eye, on the other hand...
Then let us all call on her forthwith. I think it best that you explain your plan to her in person.
Thanks. Now we're just heading to Master Matoya's place again. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get to like the end of all of this content, and then right before we gets to where is it? New Game Plus. Right before it goes into Stormsblood, I'll come back and start clearing out some of the other stuff if I'm not already clearing it by leveling all these jobs up. You didn't say we were heading for a cave, did you not? But I certainly don't see a cave nearby. Is Master Matoya meeting us on the way or something? I've heard so many stories of Master Matoya. Some more flattering, others less so. Rest assured they are all true. This way. We have care where you tread.
Oh, is that trouble I smell? Or did you forget to wipe your boots on the way in?
Forgive us, Master Matoya. We will be sure to wipe them on the way out. And may I say how glad I am that age has not yet deprived you of your senses.
Ever so quick-witted, aren't we? To the detriment of your manners. Well, out with it then. What do you want?
say, allow me to introduce myself, Master Matoya. I am Cryle, of the students of Baldessian. I hope you will excuse our unannounced visit.
Baldessian, you say? Ah, yes. The old coot set up shop on the Isle of Val, didn't he?
Regrettably, our order's headquarters and the isle itself were obliterated by a magic of immense power. I have the blessing of light to thank for my own preservation.
Cryle, you too possess the Echo.
Well, yes, of course I do. Our order is devoted to uncovering the mysteries of Hydaelyn and interpreting her will, particularly through the study of her gift to us. It was in the course of these studies that I met and subsequently befriended Minfilia. She and I have rather a lot in common.
I had no idea.
You weren't supposed to. Not that I wanted to deceive you, you understand, but precautions had to be taken.
Yes, yes, that's all well and good, but you still haven't told me why you're here.
The students of Baldessian are gone, and there is naught I can do to change that. But the signs of the seventh dawn can yet be restored, and my dear friend found. You have in your possession an ancient crystal of light, one you call your crystal eye. I believe I can use it to focus my abilities and locate one of the missing scions.
And there I was, thinking you might want to make use of my years of experience. Oh, wait here.
Long did I ponder the nature of this crystal and its familiar radiance, but never did I suspect it was a crystal of light.
On the cusp of an umbral calamity, souls blessed with the power of the Echo invariably appear. To aid these, her chosen warriors, Hydaelyn bequeaths to each a slither of her strength in the form of a crystal of light. But as her strength wanes, so too does the potency of her gifts. This crystal, born of an earlier era, is infused with a power far greater than those of this age.
You could travel the length and breadth of the land and not find a crystal even a fraction as pure. Its value is beyond measure, as are the risks inherent in its use.
No two manifestations of the Echo are alike. I, for example, can converse with beings of every shape and size, excepting beasts, contrary to what others would have you believe. Language has nothing to do with it, of course. Rather, I am sensitive to the whispers of the soul, their intent, their very essence even, the traces of which serve to guide the elementals to Y'shtola. Far-fetched though it may sound, I believe that with your crystal eye, I may be able to pick up where they left off and follow the remaining trail to Thancred. That is, if I have your permission.
Well, the poor sod's not going to find himself. So, as long as you don't drop it or take it out of my sight, you may do with it what you will.
Thank you, Master Matoya. Then let us begin. From the Black Shroud, the trail continues to the north and west, towards a mountain, the foot of Som Al. It was a near thing, but he was not deposited within the rock, I think.
The hunters of Tailfeather know those lands well. I say we begin our search there.
would have been funny if the crystal eye just shattered. Just right in front of her, just... Okay, so now we gotta go to Tailfeather. You gotta help her. She's just sitting there, needing help. Were to find myself in unfamiliar wilderness, my first instinct would be to seek out signs of civilization. Ordinarily, perhaps, but in his wounded state, he may not have wished to risk contact with strangers of unknown alliance. Yet even had Thancred chosen to remain in the forest, the hunters would surely have stumbled upon his trail. Tailfeather doesn't strike me as an isolated outpost, though. Merchants and traders pass through reasonably regularly, do they not? In which case, we'll need to provide a more detailed description when we question the locals. Fear not, Krael. I have already prepared several sketches of Thancred for that very purpose. This is impressive. You drew him from memory? A skill I acquired some years ago for reasons I no longer remember. I propose we split into two pairs. Y'shtola and I will inquire at the outlying encampments, while Lyons and Krael question the residents of Tailfeather. Afterwards, we shall regroup near Loth Asavath and share our findings. Assuming there's no objections, let us be about it. Aye, he certainly has matured, hasn't he? Hard to imagine he was once a boy who practiced drawing for hours to impress young ladies. Anyway, we best get started. Find me when you finish making your rounds. Searching for your friend of yours. Let's have a look then. Can I actually look at that, by the way? No, I've not seen her around, sorry. I guess not. There's some of them we can look at. What's that you got there? A sketch? There you go. Can't say I've seen the face. You're saying he's something of a warrior? Heard of a tale the other day about a Hurrian vagabond who was brought down a bandersnatch by himself. With style, way they tell it. He was dancing with the beast like it was the bell of the bleeding ball. Sound like your man? Oh, what the fuck is going on here? Royal Levin. Excuse me? I need to check this out. Royal 11. Unique weather condition for all three fates, and it's called with the skies turning greenish hue in the first, second parts in the red hue in the third. Okay. Interesting. So there's something going on. I've just never seen this, so... Curing the man. We're not exactly rare, you know. Could you be more specific? I did spy this one bloke a while back. Didn't get a good look at his face, but it could have been him. It was beyond the forest, as I recall, along the river to the west of Tailfeather. I remember that he wasn't much of a hunter. The lad was making no effort to cover his tracks. See, he was carrying an axe instead of a bow. Finished. In that case, I think we've learned everything we can here. Let's see what the others have found out. Hey there, Nocturnal. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Drink some CBD, peach, and ginger. Feeling great. Ooh, nice.
Share.
We can't share with them.
Share.
They don't have a way to send us some. Stop asking audience members for snacks. My apologies for our late arrival. We thought it was wise to question as many hunters as we could. Many have made camp in accessible locations, ideal for hunting game, not so for receiving visitors. Nevertheless, our time proved well spent. There have been countless sightings of an exceptionally capable Korean hunter whom no one is familiar. Though none chance to see the man's face, his height and build matched Thancred's description, and so does his fighting prowess. So you've heard the same tales. Be as it may, we yet want for conclusive proof. Perhaps this is unrelated, but I heard a curious tale regarding a Vath trader. He came to Tailfeather in search for garments fit for a man of refinement, which seemed a rather curious description for one of his kind. You are implying that Thancred sent a Vath to the market in his stead. Why not go himself? Well, if you recall, you yourself emerged from the livestream as naked as your name's day, is a scene I shall never forget. Is it now? Well, I was pleased to see you. I mean, it's a simple statement of fact. It stands to reason that Thancred found himself in the same predicament.
Without clothes?
Yes, without clothes. In any case, if you had dealings with the Bats, they should be able to tell us, no? Quite right, Krail, quite right. Yeah, I just ended up wrapping up the main story quest to Heavensward, and now we're kind of in the post-story of that. What are you waiting for? For all we know, Thancred could be waiting for us in Loth Asvath. We must go and see Vath right away. Come along, everyone. Come along. Great hunters, we welcome you once more to the Loth Asvad. You seek this day. We seek a man of whom we were told you have had certain dealings. How curious. The hunters tire of godly sport and pursue mortal prey? No, he's not prey, but a friend long missing. Good. He is a friend to the Vath as well, one whom we have traded many times. Truly, you're quite certain it is this man? There is no doubt. The fledgling clothed in skins came to us from Samal, lost and weak. He offered meat and hides in trade. In exchange, we tended his wounds. He brought us much flesh, so skilled a hunter he was. Much flesh. When he asked for garments, we were glad to provide them. And where is he now? Gone to Loth Asnath not long ago, where he heard the One Mind has summoned our god once more. Ravana has returned. And Nofnir did say that Nath have grown as before. What could Thancred hope to accomplish by himself? Honored Elder, we thank you for your help. Like we repay his kindness ere we depart, but we must hasten to our comrade's side. Go, great hunters, lest the Nath claim him as a sacrifice. Haven't played Final Fantasy XIV in a while, been on Dead Island, got the Collector's Edition for that, and Street Fighter 6 Collector's Edition as well. Nice. I'm assuming you're talking about Dead Island 2, right? I think that just came out. A 30-minute fade over there. He's kind of a big deal. Do I want to go do that? No, not really. How is it? I got to be honest, I have Dead Island, I've never played it much. I've tried it a few times, but it never hooked me.
Could be Thancred. It could be Thancred. We must hurry.
I actually really like this part of the game. Hey, Ardbert.
See if Thad could make it.
No, not yet.
No. Soon? Let me know.
This day, we reclaim the reins of history. This day, we rid ourselves of the Ascians forever.
Fools playing at heroes, all of you. Is this how you believe you can save your world?
We can and we will, Ascian. You shall see. Or perhaps you will not!
So you are the warrior of light, the savior of Eorzea. It's a wonder you didn't come sooner, what with the primal and all. Lost a step, have we?
Have care. The ether moves strangely around him.
It would seem we share a common enemy. Mayhap you would tell us who you are.
Shall we show them? Not very sporting of you to interrupt, but so be it. Mark well our faces, warrior of light, for we are the warriors of darkness, walkers of a different path, and we shall meet again.
Warriors of Darkness? Really?
Actually, I've been wanting a Final Fantasy game that actually delved into like a Warrior of Darkness, because there's all the games have always had a balance, so that if like one got too strong, so it's nice to see that concept actually put in a game. Then also we get Dankred Bat, who's always badass.
Naked Dankred.
Not yet. Is he still on me?
No.
Thancred, are you all right?
Pleasantries can wait. I'd rather not be here when the Nath arrive. Agreed?
Oh, yeah, because Lalafelds are these things. Remember to do your duty and always punt the Lalafell. They deserve it.
Suffice it to say, our reunion was not at all as I pictured it. Waiting until the last instant to join the fray. 'Tis plain you have not lost your appetite for the dramatic.
My appetite for the dramatic? Have you forgotten the circumstances of our parting? The heroic last stand, the tunnel filling with light, and then
Had I known you intended to use forbidden magics to deliver me to some god's forsaken wilderness, I would have thanked you in advance.
Thancred.
If nothing else, you might have warned me that I would emerge from the live stream in the altogether.
There you go. There you go. Naked Thancred.
Eventually, I managed
fighting
to
up here?
fashion knives from some obsidian I found, and set about hunting for meat and hides. Given that I'm not all that skilled in leatherworking, it's probably for the best that I met the Vath before I was reunited with you.
So you were the fleshling clothed in skins of whom the storyteller spoke?
A description which fit me as ill as the skins themselves. Happily, I was able to trade with the Vath for garments better becoming a man of refinement. From them, I learned of Ravana, and of the great warrior who had once laid him low.
And thence did you conclude that were you to track the Primal's movements, it would surely bring you into contact with the Scions once more?
It seemed a reasonable assumption. I could think of no one else with your enthusiasm for slaying beastmen gods. Until now, that is.
Ah, yes. The self-proclaimed warriors of darkness. 'Tis only fitting that they stand in opposition to the warrior of light, I suppose.
I glimpsed the leaders past, if only for a moment. They were confronting a man in black. An Ascian, I think.
If these warriors are capable of doing battle with Ascians and Primals both, they must be possessed of powerful protection. Protection not unlike the Echo.
Blessed with the power of the Echo and driven to put down Primals, despite his declaration that they walk a different path, I struggle to see how their goal is in conflict with ours. Nor is that the only oddity. I find it passing strange that such exceptional individuals should have wholly escaped our notice until now. Should we have heard rumors and attempted to recruit into our cause? I recall no such adventures, not have forgotten their like, nor would any of us, I think. Contrary to our primary duties one of our primary duties was to scour the city-states for promising candidates, which is how Yida and Papalimo found lions. Ah, the memories. It seems like only yesterday that you slew your first primal. Speaking of which, I found a distinct impression that it was not the first time the band of merry men and women killed a god. I would believe that a band of preternaturally gifted adventurers have been traveling the land slaying primals without our knowledge. It would simply imply gross negligence on our part. Speculation will avail us not. There's far too much we do not know. For the present, we must concentrate on what we do know, namely that Lord Ravana is no more. Vidnofnir must be informed. The news may render her more receptive to Sir Emmerich's invitations. Since you seem to have the affairs here well in hand, I will take my leave. Simply being in the vicinity of this colony is giving me a striking headache. If you have need of me, I will be with Master Matoya. I would beg her assistance in the search of Minfilia. Wait, Minfilia is missing. I thought she escaped with the lions. I shall explain on the road what has happened in your absence. I had not thought to see thee again so soon, mortal. If thou seekest the night, know that she hath long since departed for Ishgard. My thanks, Vinofnir. But it was not for her that we came. We bring good tidings for you and yours. Lord Ravana has been summoned by the Nath, has again been laid low. Truly, once more you mortals have succeeded where mine own kind did fail. You have our deepest thanks. Would that we could take the credit the gods fell by another's hand. Another, revelation upon revelation. Regardless of this cause for celebration, the Nath will have no choice but to withdraw. But to another matter, I have tidings for thee as well. Regarding the Ishgardian's invitation, as promised, I brought the matter to my sire. Hearken to his answer now. For 1,000 years have I mourned my beloved, gave her life to forge a peace thy king betrayed. Such was my lot, until a child of Ishgard came unto me. For want of warmth she wrapped herself in a dream, yet the world will remember her deeds. In truth, she fought for justice. For justice she sinned, for redemption she sacrificed, and became as light. To follow one's heart, to have faith in one's convictions, be it for weal or be it for woe, such is the folly and the glory of man and of dragon. He hath entrusted the choice to us, and we have made it. We shall keep faith with you who walk in the light. Then you accept Sir Emmerich's invitation. Let it be known that I, Vinofnir, shall journey into the Ishgard on behalf of my people. We are honored to receive your answer and will convey your words to our allies without delay. It is happening, Misael. Would that you were here to see it.
Even as the Scions celebrated the return of a long-lost friend, honorable men plotted to deprive them of another. Honorable men, to whom Sir Emmerich was no hero, but a scheming patricide. Honorable men who would fain wash the paving stones of foundation with the tyrant's blood. Honorable men whose knife in the dark was the spark which set the city aflame, and who sang as it burned.
Okay, so now we gotta go back to Foundation. Let's leave Sir Emmerich waiting. Are you quite well, Thancred? Yes, quite well. Forgive me. You've given me rather a lot to digest. This whole affair with the Ishgardians and Dravanians. Our friends nowhere to be found. It would seem that there was no end to your troubles. We can but face them head-on, one at a time. For now we must apply ourselves to our allotted task and leave the others to theirs. Remember, Thancred, we found you, as they found me. In time, we will find Yida and Papalimo and Minfilia as well. These troubles will soon be but a memory, on which we will look back on together. Pray do not misunderstand. I did not mean to imply that it would be otherwise. I merely wish that I rejoined our grand adventure at one of more triumphal moments. Despite your recent accomplishments, the mood here is less than celebratory. But I have no doubt we will enjoy many more glorious victories soon enough. You may rest assured that I will play my part in them to the very hilt. I know you will. So then, to the congregation. All right, go lay down and get some sleep. Appreciate you stopping in. You have returned, and as at least the fates are kind. Greetings, First Commander. Please me to inform you that Vinopnir has accepted Sir Emmerich's invitation. She has. These are glad tidings indeed. Would that the Lord Commander were here to hear them. Ah, is he otherwise engaged? Aye, sleeping off a knife to the gut. What? What happened? Will he live? Turigians tell me he will make a full recovery, but had Lord Edmont and Lord Artorial not been on hand when the assassin struck, he would have not been so fortunate. For a mercy, they subdued the fiend before he could lay the telling blow. The attack had just been beginning, though. Not long after, buildings all around the city, including several of ours, burst into flame. Bastards caught us completely by surprise. We've been dousing the flames, but every one of them we put out, we'd like 2 more start up. Casualties are mounting, especially in the Broom. It's plain these fires were started by the assassin's conspirators. Until they've been rounded up, then we have no end to this. Will you help us find them? Then let's be about it. I'm probably only gonna go for like another hour anyway. Then I'm gonna lay down myself and probably have something to help me relax too. The flames are spreading. We must needs begin our investigation immediately. Witnesses must be found. Suspects must be identified. We've been able to determine the precise locations where the fires were set. Perhaps there is a pattern. If there is, we've yet to discern it. Fires have been reported throughout the city, both the pillars and the foundation. Indeed, given the size of the areas affected, I think it's best to divide our forces. Master Alvaro and Mr. Shistola, have you take charge of the investigation and foundation. As you wish. Perhaps Tataro can be of assistance as well. Meaning Lions and me get the pillars. Oh, they'll like me up there. Only question is, will the grizzled old rogue striking a pose ever to be joining us? Thancred, of the Signs of the Seventh Dawn, and may I say what a pleasure it is to meet you too, my lady. I'll bet. My name's Hilda. A scion, eh? I was thinking I found a fellow ruffian amongst all the illustrious personages. I remain here to coordinate the fire-quenching effort. If you learn aught of value, pray inform me immediately. That is all. Well, we could begin by shifting through the charred rubble and questioning random passersby. In my experience, every town has at least one individual who can be counted on to know things he or she should not. Oh, aye, the infamous Lord Emmanuel de Fontaine, lover of women and wine, though neither care for him that much. They say he could gossip for Ishgard. Just the sort of fellow I have in mind. Capital suggestion, Lions. He'd be in the Cozier most like, making an effort to be seen, so let's go and see him. Grizzled I will accept, but old? Thancred probably got wounded a little bit. He's not old. He's just rough around the edges a little.
They're left wrinkles.
Hey. Well, if it isn't Lions, dearest of all my friends. You're looking rather glum. Something the matter, old boy? Ah, yes, the arson's dreadful business that, and awfully curious, wouldn't you say? Doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to it all. Naturally, we doubled the guard outside the manor, along with most of the other houses. Can't have the old pile going up in flames after all. Well, in case you were wondering why the Hopland is awash with refugees, the lower levels of the vault have been opened to those unfortunate souls who have lost their homes. Sir Emmerich's orders, from what I hear. Remarkable man, not even a gut to the ribs can keep him from his duties. Actually, old boy, if you were thinking of questioning the refugees, I should be more than happy to accompany you to the Hopland. While you conduct your inquiries, I shall offer my comfort to the distressed and despondent young maidens. Wait a moment. I know what that is. You're giving me one of your looks, aren't you? Do you mean injustice, old boy? I'll have you know, my heart yearns for one rose, prickly though she may be. Since you remained unconvinced, very well, I will help me to prove the purity of my intentions. I shall gracefully rescind my offer. Now run along and catch those arsonists. That was not entirely what I had hoped for. Whose idea was it to come here again? Never mind. For our next step, I suggest we divide our efforts. While you question the refugees and Hopland Lions, I shall investigate the locations where the fires were set. Is she so good as to join us, Hilda? You know what? I reckon I would. Can't have you roaming about an unfamiliar city on your lonesome, can we? We'll get brought blind and left shivering in your small clothes. Okay, give me 1 second. I might actually end this here shortly, just because my throat's getting a little tired. Come, my brothers and sisters, there is food and shelter enough for all the Basila? Haloni, blessings be upon you, Father. I confess we were not sure if we would come. There are many unbelievable tales these days about the Archbishop and Sir Emmerich and the Gervanians. Trust in your heart, brother, and pray no heed to the lies of lesser men. They seek only to lead you astray. Do you require succor as well, sir? So the Temple Knights have begun their investigation at last. Good, this madness has gone on far too long. Would that I could do something to aid you in your search, but I have duty to these poor souls. Farewell, and may the Fury guide your steps. There was a man with a satchel. I saw him kneeling outside the window, and there was smoke everywhere. So hot, and I couldn't breathe. I don't remember how I made it out. I suppose I must have climbed. Perhaps my arm is getting better after all. Ours was one of the first homes to be claimed. I didn't know how the fire began. It's only when I heard the neighbors shouting that I looked outside and saw the flames. We barely escaped the clothes on our back. Not for the church's generosity, I know not what we would do. Ah, there you are. Anything to share? We require more than the muddled testimony of a traumatized girl if we were to identify the culprits. While you were questioning the refugees, we inspected the scenes of several of the fires, including one near Saint Raymond's Cathedral and another near the Tribunal. For a mercy, neither structure suffered significant damage. Some might say they were spared by the grace of the Fury. Others might question how such ruthlessly efficient arsonists contrived to fail so miserably at 2 occasions where their target was the bastion of Guardian Orthodoxy. Nothing conclusive, of course, but it does give one cause to wonder. Often I would doubtless have an opinion. Silence will avail you not, sir. Ah, Lions, I was just about to summon you. As you see, we have detained a suspect. We found this man loitering near the remains of one of the stricken buildings. According to eyewitnesses, he was also present before the fires broke out. We wished to have words. He did not, so we insisted. Let me go, damn it. You've got the wrong man. My, you reek of oil. Are those burns on your hands? An occupational hazard, I suppose. But tell me, does Parson pay well? I'm a victim, you imbecile. Look at me. Aye, that you are, after a fashion. Should have known that your pious patron has already spun a delightful yarn about how his pet mongrel slipped the leash and set about burning half the city to the ground. Not very noble of him, I grant you, but these hard-bone types rarely do show loyalty to their pets. In fact, he called you a rabbit and begged us to put you down. That's bollocks. He was the one who told me to keep going. Even a sinner such as me should find salvation in the Fury's work, he said. I left it behind, tried to with all my heart. Said my prayers every day like a good man, but he came to me. He came to me. And there you have it, Hilda. Would you be kind to escort our friend here to the congregation? Aye, so long as you don't mind if he's limping when he gets there. That was incredible, Thancred. But how did you know he would confess? Well, I've seen his like before. Troubled soul manipulated by men of power and wielded as a weapon. I could not be certain, of course, but given the stakes, I thought it worth the risk. And if our captives have called your bluff? Must we entertain hypotheticals? The world as it is vexing enough. Thank you, Thancred. Whether by luck or judgment, we've at last confirmed that these arsons were orchestrated by persons of influence. I think it's best we now return to the congregation to discuss how best to proceed. Let's just cut through the Forgotten Night, and then we'll go to the congregation. I'll try to go another hour. My throat is getting very rough. On behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, I thank you all. The man you apprehended is being interrogated as you speak. He fell silent upon realizing he did not... did not turn his... Though he fell silent upon realizing that we did not turn his master, so he will soon tell us what he knows one way or another. Pardon the intrusion, First Commander. Ah, Lord Artorial. You come to see your father. He is attending Sir Emmerich in his chambers at present. I am. He bid me bring him to Salve. Do not let me detain you, and thank you for your kindness, my lord. In times of trouble, every man must do his part. Would that I could do more. My Lord Artorial did not seem to be in the best of spirits. It's a little wonder, Master Alphinaud. His father was widely slandered, and his half-brother not yet cold in the grave. We get some accessories, just gonna help me out a little bit.
I do not mean to diminish our accomplishments, but until we identify the ones who ordered the fires set, our work is far from finished.
Between the various conservative and religious factions in Ishgard, I dare say there's no shortage of parties who would like to see the status quo preserved. Do any likely suspects spring to mind?
Far too many to count.
Lord Commander, your wounds.
Are healing well. Thank you. Time is of the essence. Lest we forget, these men would sooner put their own city to the torch than see it change. When our enemies learn that we have apprehended their arsonist, there is no telling how they will react.
Lord Commander, an armed mob has seized control of the vault.
And now we know. Tell us what happened, sir. Spare no detail.
We were directing refugees into the Basilica, as you ordered, when all of a sudden, men brandishing weapons were all around us. It happened so fast, my lord. We had no time to respond. They've taken the refugees hostage and barricaded themselves inside the vault.
And they sent you to deliver their demands.
They, the true brothers of the faith, demand that a conclave to select the next archbishop be held forthwith. Furthermore, they declare that you, Lord Commander, are guilty of patricide and high treason, and that you must surrender yourself at once to receive of the Fury's judgment.
Ridiculous! Do they honestly think that executing Sir Emmerich would change anything? That the truth will somehow die with him?
These fundamentalists rage against the passing of the old ways, unable to accept there can be no going back.
Given the fanciful nature of their demands, a peaceful resolution does not seem likely. If the hostages are to be rescued, it will be by force, I fear.
Agreed. Lucia, take a contingent of knights and establish a perimeter outside the entrance.
At once, Lord Commander.
Hilda, I need your people out in force throughout the Broom. When word spreads of the situation, the friends and family of the hostages may try to take matters into their own hands. I will not give these militants more targets. I shall lead the assault on the vault. Master Alphinaud, can I count on the support of the Scions?
Of course.
We are in your debt.
I shall join you as well, Lord Commander.
Your assistance is most welcome, Lord Atwarel. To arms, then, friends. Time is against us.
Yeah, I don't care. That's how it's pronounced. It's Artorial. That is how I'm pronouncing that. That is how it is written. Listen well. We already entered the Basilica silently via this gate. According to the latest reports, there's at least 6 hostages being held within. The number and readiness of the true brothers of faith are unknown. I'm told that one claimed to have served under Thordan 7. Might be the same true of the rest. Given the swiftness of which they seize control of the vault, I think it's highly likely yes, which means they may well possess the knowledge required to turn Billing's defenses against us. Be as it may, we have no choice but to press on. Lord Artariel, you are the brave man and true, but none have dared question your honor if you chose not to risk your life in this endeavor. Are you certain you wish to join us? I'm no stranger to the battlefield, Sir Emmerich. My arm will not falter. My shield will not break. Alone is my witness. We will bring these fanatics to justice. Well said, my lord. Friends, follow me. From safety and hostages take precedence over all else. Mind your attacks and subdue the enemy quickly. Oh, well. Okay, now we should be able to rescue him. Or no, sorry, Emmerich's gonna do it himself. Never mind.
With you!
Don't you dare. I think the others elsewhere. It's just happening so quickly. There you are. Let none escape.
You underestimate me.
Okay, if they could stop moaning in my ear, that'd be greatly appreciated. They have like death moans. It's making me feel uncomfortable.
I get it. I get where you're coming from.
Sir Seminard, lay down your arms and release the hostages. You'll be shown mercy, I give you my word. The word of a heretic and kinslayer. But sooner trust a dragon, activate the knights. Shall show the hostages the same mercy he showed the Archbishop. Like you, Sir Emmerich, I'm a man of honor. By my hand you shall receive the Fury's judgment. So to be a trial then. Sir Artorial, Lions, leave us and save the hostages. I'll deal with Sir Seminard. I'm pretty sure we gotta save everyone before he ends up dying. Okay, so now we go back to him.
Where is he? Where is he?
Come no closer!
You have nowhere to run. Release the girl and surrender.
Surrender to whom? The blasphemer who throws wide the gates to our enemy? Who breaks bread with him and calls him brother? Ungodly swine! I would sooner die than surrender to you.
Is it godly to spill the blood of an innocent child? To burn the homes of your brothers? Tell me, priest, is that godly?
Do not speak to me of godliness, heathen! Your father's blood is on your hands, as is hers!
What? But I... Vidafne!
Well met, knight. Mayhap I chose an inopportune moment?
Not at all. Pray forgive us this most unworthy reception. We are honored to have you with us, and right glad of your aid.
Fortune delivered the child unto me. I had but to receive her.
Thank you for saving me.
Thou art welcome, child.
did I think to be indebted to so unexpected a savior. But full glad am I to be so.
Friend of Izel, warrior of warriors, I had hoped to meet with thee. I bear a message from my sire.
From Freysfelder?
Upon returning to our lands, Nidhogg's shade did sing unto his brood, and they for skies unknown did then take wing. This thou must know, for your fates are inextricably bound.
What of Estinian? Is he truly lost to us?
Such matters are beyond my ken. I but bear my father's words. Take from them what thou wilt. Fare you well, mortals.
So it is as they say then. A great white dragon swooped down from the heavens to rescue an innocent child.
A most unexpected turn of events, but not an unwelcome one. The people will not soon forget this day.
Yet how will they choose to remember it, Sir Emmerich? And will these events serve to bring man and dragon closer together, or drive a deeper wedge between brothers? After 1,000 years, the world these men once knew is changing, and with ungentle swiftness to boot. Though their actions are misguided, their sentiments are only to be expected. You may be sure that others will rally to their cause. I share your desire for lasting peace with the Jovanians, I do. But I would not see it built on the bones of our countrymen, nor on our own. I see much of Horsefort in you, and I could not bear to mourn the passing of another son.
Lord Edmund.
I actually think I'm going to call it there. Seems like a good point to stop. Been going on for like 2.5 hours. My throat is actually killing me at the moment. So, have a good one. We'll play... next time I stream this, probably see a little bit more of the Warriors of Darkness. Figure out what they're all about. And, hopefully get closer to resolving the Dragon Song War. But, who knows? Nidhogg's kind of an asshole.